Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Today I would like to show you beautiful snowman in love actually. He has Valentine is close by and it kisses and the heart it's spread everywhere on the air. So which is a cute painting and I would like to show you with acrylic painting. And these are the acrylic paint that I have. It can be tube or jar like this, and I prefer to use heavy paint. These are heavy texture and creamy style, and we have runny style. So with those runny style of acrylic paint, we need to apply more layers on our surface. The other things is brushes. So we can have different size of brushes. In flat, it can be a little bit bigger for hold the painting and background. It can be a little smaller if you compare with the finger. It can be a little smaller for some more smaller part. And pointy and round brush is great for details. So these are about the brushes, and I prefer to mix my paint by palette knife. If you have just one, would be great. The other things is instead of canvas or wood panel, I prefer for this painting to do it on a paper, and this is a canvas paper. So I stick it to the board with paper tape. It's same as canvas because it's a canvas paper, but it's absorb a little bit more than canvas. So these are about the paper and paper tape. The other things is palette paper that I prefer to mix my paint on top of palette paper because just one paper sheet and I can put it in a garbage easily and I don't need to clean it. Acrylic has glue inside, it's not easy to get rid of it, and this is a good option to use palette paper. Now, I'm going to start drawing, and I prefer to draw by paint. And choose the blue color, it can be cobalt blue. That's good for the background as well. So I add a little cobalt into my palette paper, and then this is the paper that I have, and it's 9 by 12 inches. So I take paint, and I prefer to place my snowman on this part, on the right side of the paper. So the half is for the background. And it had a hat, cute hat, so I divided this part as a hat, and here is a little bit for the face, and then the body. So I can fix anytime actually, I'm not bother myself for drawing, and I choose the line to draw the hat, something like this. That's good actually for hat, and I have a little bit of space for the sky part, and then one C curve for face. As I mentioned, I can anytime fix the shape so I don't bother myself. For example, for this one I prefer to bring it down a little bit to choose a shawl for this cute snowman. And this is for shawl. Then another C curve, it's good for body and it's a little bit bigger, so I choose this one. Make it just a bit bigger, and it's by acrylic paint, so draw so fast. We are not need to be bothered for any line that add on the paper. And I would like to continue shape more for shawl. It move down, and even if you like heavy texture, take more heavy paint like that and try to use heavy paint on top of the paper. This is good for shawl, and then the other side I prefer to go like that, spread it to the air. Like this. There is some details for face, like eyes, like nose as a carrot, and then like a nice heart for mouth, and then the heart that shows he send a kiss. Actually it's spread here, but this is enough I think for drawing part, and we will add everything later after we finish the background, and then we move forward for the snowman. So this is enough for drawing part. Now After we finish our drawing, next part is start from everything that we see on distance, and then we move forward for the focal point, which is our snowman. And the background or sky part is the things that we need to work on it. So it's dark here, close to the snowman it's darker, and here it's more icy and light. We have cobalt blue, black and white to mix our paint and make those colors. To make our colors a little bit darker, we can apply with dark blue, which is cobalt, tiny bit black, mix with it. I recommend tiny bit black because black is not really, actually it's heavy paint and it can change the value a lot. So little by little it's better to premix, and a little bit more maybe is better because we have a bigger space. Even when we work with the paper, it's absorbed more, so better to have more paint. This is good for the darkness here. And we use pure blue color. We need more. We use pure blue color, and we need a little bit lighter for the edges. And I have napkin always around myself to clean my palette knife and my brushes. So take a little more. Tiny bit white color, mix with it. Little bit more. I prefer to premix white color little by little to not see huge change. So I'm happy with this one now. Clean my palette knife with napkin or rag. And then we can move on next part, which is apply on surface. So I'm going to start with darker color first, because close to snowman is a little darker. With left and right brush stroke, take heavy paint like this, move on each stroke like that, like X shape. That's helpful to cover all the white of the canvas. Much more easier. Close to snowman is darker, so I'm going to use this mixture which is dark. And when I move on further, I'm going to use pure paint, which is cobalt blue, and I'm not let it dry because I would like to bring cobalt, mix with this dark blue, and give me very nice blending here. Not the edges, I'm not fan of the edges on the background and on the painting, so very gently they mix together here. A little bit more. And then we move on light blue color. Exactly close to the edge is completely lighter than cobalt, but it's better not to let it dry here, and bring pure blue color and let them blend together. We can use the brush stroke like a curve shape, like move on like this curvy shape, and let them mix together very nice and gently with less pressure in our hand. Now for next part, we finished the background color. We would like to work on snowman and then the details, which is hat and shawl on top. So this is another painting that I did before. The sky and the background is finished. Just these details we need to apply for that. We need to wait everything get dry and then add these details. Now we would like to work on the snowman. So this is not completely white. It is a little bit bluey somewhere, and icy bluey, something like that, and then pure white color. So I would like to show you how you can make that color by lots of white. We use pure white color and we take a little bit. We already have this light blue, mix with it. It shouldn't be really bluey, it should be white, but a tiny bit blue can help the value change a little bit. So we use this light blue and pure white color for the snowman. And then we have always napkin or rag beside ourselves to clean the brush, or even the palette knife, which is so useful. Apply with the bluey white, and I'm going to start exactly close to the edge of snowman on hat and on face here. So heavy paint I use even more bluey on the back of the face. More details will come on top later by adding a little bit like black for eyes and reddish color for mouth. And then I'm going to use pure white color in between. It's already wet. When I add the pure white color, they very gently mix together and give me nice result that I really search for that with this beautiful mixture. It doesn't matter to be heavy, it's so lovely because that's gorgeous to have a snowman with brush stroke. Now for next part, I'm going to work on hat, and hat is just a pure black color, and easily I can add pure black color to cover the surface. Even if I want to make it bigger, I will fix it right now. Okay, now the black one is dry, so I can add red color for the ribbon on hat and the heart shape on the background. Okay. And just with flat brush, take pure red color and cover this part. And we try to take more heavy paint, even if some bluey part for drawing and any color like black if you want to fix it. Give us a chance to do that right now, because red is light if you compare it with black. So if you want to cover the black, we need to a little bit use heavier. And then we wait everything get dry for next part, which is adding actually the other part, like the leaf and cherries on top. Cherries a little bit pinky tone, it's not really white, sorry, red. And I take a little bit white to mix with red, because I would like to have lighter tone, a little bit movement like this brush stroke. It make it nice if you have one light color here and a little more, that would be okay. So we can keep it like this, and then draw the heart shape on here. But we need to know about the mouth place, which is here. I just go, because I already have red, I'm going to add a heart shape on the background. And then pure white color I'm going to take and add a shine on top of each heart. Just add one movement, one C-curve shape, not repeat a lot, because if I repeat it, it mixes with red color. So just one time would be enough to add the heavy red on top of heavy white color on top of the red to show this is the shine. And then there is some details around it, so I washed the brush and I need white color a little bit more, but this time I'm going to use a tiny bit water into the paint, because I would like to help, not really heavy. I prefer to have really nice and smooth white color, and I make it a little wet. So diluted whole the brush, and with the tip of round brush, I try to add a line to connect, to show that this heart is connect together by just the line. So and I going to add C-curve shape like here, to adding some details around. And the reason I add the water, drop of water in the brush, because that's so helpful to move easily. My brush moving easily, and I take my brush like this, really straight toward the paper, and try to draw the line as a C-curve shape. Now I'm going to add green color for shawl, and I would like to make it look like wool. So I use different colors, light and dark. Even if you don't have any light color and just one darker green you have, you can mix with yellow and white to make it lighter. So this is hooker green, and I add a little bit more on the surface, and it can be sap green, hooker green, both are okay. And this is the light green color, so I add this one too. I have two value, and I already need a little bit black for any time that I want to make it a little darker, so I need the black. So I add the black as well, a tiny bit, and then start heavy paint, pure green color I take. Try to add like that with heavy paint, because I would like to make a texture on top and show that this is look like a wool, and because of that I take heavy paint even with the lighter tone as well, bring it on top and make it look like a zigzaggy shape. Even they blend together and make the nice texture on top. Switch to black, the dark green, and switch in a lighter tone, and even make a texture. When you make texture, you're not need to be worried about draw so fast, because it takes time and it gives us a chance to work more on top, more actually, with more relaxation. So I apply with this color, and again try to cover top of the paper with green, light and dark. Now I'm going to add cherries on top of the hat and the leaves around. So the leaves is, I try to follow the shape like that and randomly add another leaf here, bring it out. I'm going to add with just the green color and then add the lighter tone on top. Mix with it. Even more green, light green I can bring it, and even I can make it heavy, which is so nice always to have heavy paint on top. And randomly you can shape and form it, even one here inside, it's nice to have, and shape it like that. This is look like the cherries leaf, especially on Christmas. And then 3 cherries that connect together. So I'm going to add that too. I leave it with round and pointy brush, which is so useful for smaller part. Just a pure red color. Add a circle here, another circle there. It's still wet. It mixed with green color and give me darker tone, but that's fine. Even I can mix a little bit red with white color to make a little nice pinky tone, because the cherries has a little lighter tone on top, a shadow on the bottom. So I'm going to add the lighter tone with pinky color on top and save this separate from each other, each circular shape, and then clean it by napkin. Then add the pure red color here on the bottom of each to make light and dark and separate them together. But still I can add a little white color, pure white color on top, and make a little light on each and help those separate from the other. But make sure this part it's completely wet. It takes really time to get draw. Even we can use hair dryer to help us draw fast, but it takes really time. So I'm finished with that part, and I'm going to add the features on the face, and then this dot as a circular shape on body. So we can start feature the face, draw that. The eyes is oval shape, it look like a big oval shape. So I try to bring pure black color as an oval shape here, one here, and the other is not really space in between, just close to that, close to the first eye. Try to shape it as a curve like that. With narrow brush, already have it. We can draw a narrow line as the eyelashes, which is cute. Like this. So. And then I would like to add the bottom as a oval shape as a bottom here on the body. All of these details makes our snowman a little bit more cute and lovely. now we have lips, we have reddish color for cheek. Now we need a little bit carrot color. So we need orange for nose, and the nose is cone of carrot. So I draw one line like that, and draw another line like this, but when it reaches to the face it gets bigger a little bit. Again, orange is same as red, it's so transparent. If you compare it with this dark background, when it moves there it gets a little bit dark and disappear to the background. So we need to add heavy paint and let it be so strong. So I try to finish it by nice curve. Take heavy paint for the tip of nose, for carrot shape, and then use it, bring it down like that.